Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Your girl Oluchin will be here to show you how I created this bronzy eye look and beautiful skin work on my clients. If you want to know how I achieved this look, please keep watching. So guys, this look is so beautiful. I started off with carving her eyebrows. My client requested for a more natural, not so defined eyebrows, so I'm just taking out excess hairs from her eyebrow area. As you can see, she has a very beautiful skin, and trust me, we want to keep that skin as minimal as possible. I mean, you can't see a beautiful skin like this and want to overdo. So first of all, I'm going to be moisturizing her face. I know my go-to moisturizer is the new Zaron hydrating primer, but today I'll be using the Cosmetics moisture potion to moisturize her skin. My client has really oily skin, but that won't stop me from moisturizing her skin because every skin needs moisture. So after moisturizing her skin, I'm going to go ahead with a primer. Okay, so I'm using this primer just because my client has a very oily skin, and trust me, I'll just be using the primer on the T-zone area because today I'll be using my favorite foundation, which is the Hudabeauty and Nars Cosmetics. So I'm mixing my Hudabeauty and Nars for this look, and trust me, I wouldn't want everything to be too drying, so I'll just use my Becca Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector on just her T-zone area. I'll be leaving the rest of the face with the moisturizer. So guys, I like to use a brush to place this moisturizer, and if you notice, I'm using a tapping motion, and I'm doing this because I don't want to move the product underneath. So going in with this mixture from Huda and Nars, I have here Huda Chocolate Mousse and Nars in New Cakedonia. These two shades are just perfect for my clients, and I had to make sure that the neck and the face are going hand in hand. You don't want to leave the face white and the neck another color. So using my brush from LB Vision Makeup, this is my best foundation brush so far. Well, I know Zaron is very good as well, but I've been addicted to this one. Well, I keep getting addicted to all of these brands. So I love to distribute with a brush first, guys, because it makes it faster. If you go in using a beauty blender to apply a matte foundation, I don't think it distributes as fast as using a brush. So I prefer to use a brush first, then go in with a beauty blender. As you can see, I'm trying to get the foundation into every corner. I don't like to leave anywhere untouched. So I also blend down to the neck because I love everything to be uniform. I don't want the face to look all beautiful and the neck different, so I like to blend everywhere except the hands. So going in with a concealer, I really don't like my concealer way different from the foundation too. I like a very beautiful balance. So beautiful balance is using like a shade lighter than my client. So I just used 2 shades lighter to brighten up under her eyes, and I still balanced it. So the 2 shades lighter is the Nars concealer in caramel, and the balancing was the LA Girl in Toffee. So this will help balance the application. I don't like to have too much under eyes or too much whiteness under the eyes. So going in with this foundation from Dabelcosmetics in Russet, It's actually my go-to foundation for women of color. It's very dark, as is their darkest shade. I don't know if they have another one, but this is the one I know that is their darkest shade. And I don't like to use only it, or rather I didn't use only it on my client because I don't want it to appear too dark. So I had to mix it with my Nuban Beauty Concealer in 049. Okay guys, I don't really like using concealer to contour, but this Nuban Beauty Concealer is as soft as using a foundation. So I had to mix it with my Blood Cosmetics foundation in Russet just to create a balance. So going into her nose, I'm just going to add a little bit of dimension to her nose, more like contouring. Then after that, I'm going to still blend it with my beauty blender. As you can see, everything I've applied on this face, from the foundation to the concealer and to the contour, is looking very flawless. Guys, I am very intentional when I'm doing makeup. Already before I even started this makeup, I already had the finished look in my head. So if I'm not achieving that look, then I'm doing something wrong. So guys, I follow my heart as I'm applying this. I follow my heart because I need to achieve what's in my head. So after applying this, I'm going to blend everything, make sure that everything is properly blended into her skin, and then I'll go ahead to add a little bit of warmth by using this lipstick from the imagic palette. Is actually the coral color from the imagic palette. So you can see that there's a difference when I added the lipstick. So I'll use it on her cheeks and then on her forehead area just to have a beautiful balance. So before I go into setting under her eyes, I'd like to blend the concealer because one thing I hate is harsh lines. And for setting, I'm using Sacha Buttercup. So Sacha is one powder that is really pigmented, and I wouldn't want to go in with my beauty blender. So I prefer to use this multi-purpose brush from the Dabelcosmetics collection. So this brush helps me not to put too much of product. As you can see, there are no fallouts from that powder. That is the way I love it. No fallouts. Less is more. If it's not enough, guys, you just build up. I'm not a fan of too much makeup. Trust me, a lot of edited work and you don't see the makeup on ground. Well, I know some people might be doing that because of photography purposes, because I noticed that photographers love a lot of makeup just for their editing to be easier. But this one, I'm just trying to achieve a very natural skin work, and for structuring, I'm using this Mineralized Skin finish from MAC Cosmetics in Sun Power. I'm using it to bronze her face. I know you guys know that I love to use the CoverGirl to bronze, but this time around I used the Sun Power in MAC Cosmetics. So for her overall face, I also use MAC Cosmetics in Dark Deep all over her face. Now, this powder, what it does, it gives that natural, very natural feel. So going into baking, I have my Perfect setting powder. I've fallen in love with it. In fact, you know my go-to has always been Laura Mercier, but this one, why I love it is that I can actually blow on it and it disappears. I really don't like my setting powder to give a white cast, or I don't know how to put it, but I just love it to be movable. Like once I blend it out, it goes off entirely. So using a dry beauty blender so that I don't leave that white cast there, that's why I'm using a dry beauty blender. I'm just going to bake under her eyes in case of fallouts. So trying to bake everywhere that I use the concealer, and that's it. So after baking, guys, I'll go in to use this eyeshadow base. So what I'm using is my Benign Clown White. I love this eyeshadow base, and very little goes a long way. This helps to hold down your eyeshadow. I mean, I'm in love with it. I love P. Louise as well. I have P. Louise, but when I want to pop color on the eyes, I prefer to use a white eyeshadow base, especially this Benign Clown White. So going in with eyeshadow, I'm using this beautiful eyeshadow that I got on the same day I did this makeup. I had to buy it because I used my students' own to create a look for one of my clients, so I fell in love with it, so I decided to cop mine. I'm sure you guys are wondering why I'm using this red as my undertone, as it's not my usual, but then I have a look in my head I want to achieve, which is the bronzy look. So red is actually going to be my transition today. So I used the bright red, and later I used the darker red. So now the bright red was to do my transition, and I used the darker red to blend down. Then afterwards I went in with a brown eyeshadow to add a little bit of depth on the outer V. So after using this brown eyeshadow, I still went with my black eyeshadow because I wanted a deeper depth, if there's anything like that. I really don't know how to explain this, but guys, just watch my hand on how I'm blending. I know it looks like this eyeshadow is not going to look good, but trust me, as you're watching, I decided not to do too much of fast forwarding so that you guys can understand how I started off with the blending and how it all ended to a perfect eyeshadow look. So it's all blending here, and trust me guys, I used 3 different blending brushes because I wouldn't want to transfer products to where it's not supposed to be. So each time I want to blend out, I pick a new brush that has no product on it and blend in. So you see, those harsh lines are gradually getting blended and beautiful. Okay, so after blending the crease, which is very important to blend out the crease, if not you're going to have serious harsh lines, I'm going to go on with this same black to add in the inner corner of my crease line. This will help to add a little base to the main eyeshadow I'm going to be using. Trust me guys, when I apply it, you understand better. So I'm going to blend in the black, then I'm going to go in with a flat brush to pick up that bronze color from that palette. Guys, this palette is the shiznit. Like, this palette, it's as good as using pigment on the eye. Can you believe I didn't use any single pigment? You guys know that I'm a fan of pigments and glitters, but still, because I'm a fan of pigments, I decided to select this particular bronzy look because it actually looks like pigment. I mean, this is beautiful. So guys, while I was explaining about the black color I use on the crease line, you can see that this eyeshadow is, carefully diffusing into that dark color. Now you can't even see that color again. Now it's looking like a base beneath my eyeshadow. So I'm going to still add a little bit of depth to the outer V. So you see, everything ended up blending out fine. I'm loving it, and I hope you guys are loving it too. So this is me blending, making sure everything is in place. So guys, you see, beautiful, right? I needed to show you guys. So this multi-purpose brush is my everything. Oh God. So you see how easy it is to blend out that setting powder. I mean, I'm not even swiping. I am tapping on it and everything is just going like that. My God. I need to cop another one before it finishes. Guys, you need to get Graftobian Banana Creamy Pie. In fact, all the Graftobian shades, in fact. So, you know my favorite eyeliner, which is the Inglot 77 gel liner. I can't do without it, I'm sorry. I can't do without it. So, I'm going to be lining her waterline using this brush from my Jessup collection, right? Is it Jessup? No. It's Billy is Billy Eye sets I got from AliExpress. So this is the liner brush that came with the set. So I'm going to be lining her eyes. Guys, you guys should pardon me. I don't really have straight hands, so I'm taking it one step at a time just to get that cat eye effect. So I already did the other side off camera. And sorry guys, I forgot to say that I also did the brows off camera because there was no time. My day is always busy. Like, my clients came, I had 2 different students, one training personal makeup and the other one was for professional training. So in between, I'm doing the client's makeup and I'm also filming, so I wasn't able to film every look, but trust me, I'm going to do a brow tutorial. It's going to be one of the videos, just brow tutorial strictly. So after lining her eyes, you see, oh, this is beautiful. So I'm going in to intensify our contour. I'm using the Dabelcosmetics Pallete. I'm using the darkest powder from the Dabelcosmetics Palette just to intensify the contour around the perimeters of her face. So, using my Jessup brush, I'm applying that on the temple, the hollows of her cheeks, and bam, we're done. So going in with this Zaron 4-in-1 volumizing mascara, I'm going to use it on her lashes. Guys, if you notice the way I'm using this mascara, I'm trying to take off every trace of eyeshadow below her lashes. I do this because I don't want when I wear my lashes it will look tacky under the eyes. So the lashes I use was Wink lashes in Mariegold. I mean, this is the first time of using it and I'm in love with it. So guys, before I go in with my highlighter, I always like to use the liquid glow on the face. Sometimes I don't even go in with a powder glow. So this liquid glow is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. The name in Penny, write it down please. Anastasia Beverly Hills in Penny. So I'm using the same beauty blender to place it on the highest point of her cheekbones, her forehead, bridge of the nose, cupid bow, and her chin. Guys, can't you see the glow from here? I'm loving it so well. So this is bringing that, luminous look back to her face. If you had seen her before, her skin was popping. So we're trying to bring it back again. So I'm just going to use a little bit of powder highlighter on top of that glow, that's illuminator. I'm not a fan of using illuminator before foundation, so this is the best time for me to use it. This is how it works for me. So I'm just going to be using the 89 Cosmetics highlighter in Booming. Everybody must have this Booming. My God, I love it. I use it on all my dark clients. If you notice from my previous video I did on my dark clients, that was what I used. So guys, I need a little bit more glow because this TM Essential in Headline and Bomb is the She's Knit too. Guys, I'm just going to add it as my blush. It's a cheek glaze though. So why I love it is that it has a little bit of glow on it and color too. So that's what I'm going to be using on the cheeks. I didn't actually use a blush. I just used a liquid lipstick from the Imagic palette. So I'm going to use it on her cheekbones, her forehead, tip of her nose, and her chin. Okay guys, so we are gradually coming to the end of this look. So for her lips, I'm using this beautiful Imagic palette. So watch these lips. I have to be very careful when I'm doing sensitive places because my hands are actually not straight. I don't know how to say, but this is true. I just follow up step by step. So this brush I'm using is from my Becca brush. I also bought it same day. So I'm using it to define her lips using the brown color from the Imagic palette. So most of the lippies I use are from the Imagic palette. Then after making sure that I line her lip properly with this palette, this brown color, I make sure I blend it in, because you know how you blend your eyeshadow is just the same way you blend your lipstick. I always like to blend in the brown, so any other color I put in there, I'll blend the lines so that it will transition to the other. I don't like to have harsh lines on any of my blendings. So guys, as you're watching me doing this lippy, I'd love you to take a look at that eyeshadow. God, I'm so loving it. Look at the glow from the eyeshadow, from the cheekbones. Everything is just, working hand in hand. So so going in with this nude color from the palette, I'm trying to place it in the inner part of her lips, and after placing it, I'm using the same brush to blend in between the lines. And then there's this other color, that's the color I use on her cheeks. I'm using it to blend between the brown and the nude. Then after making sure everything is properly blended, I'm going to go in with my brown lip gloss from the Beauty Line by Didi in Espresso. This brown lip gloss will help to intensify the brown lipstick I used earlier, because I'm going to be using the clear lip gloss, but I wouldn't use it on the place where I place the brown lippy. So I feel that this is gloss enough for the brown side. So I'm using this brown to intensify the brown part of her lips. And after doing that, I'm going to go in with my clear gloss. So the clear gloss is basically going to be used just on the nude part. So guys, that's it. So this NK lip gloss, that's what I'm going to be using to gloss the inner part of her lips where I used the nude. So guys, I just slide in the gloss. I don't use pressure. Trust me, a lot of people have been asking me, how do you use iMagic without smearing the lips? Guys, everything has to be done light-handedly. You don't use pressure to apply anything. The more effortless application, the better results you get. So you can see that everything, the lips, the eyes, the cheekbones, the forehead, are all in same color frame. It's popping, and my client is happy. Okay guys, I really hope you enjoyed this look. I'll be dropping more. Maybe for me to be posting regularly, I might as well be asking my clients to serve as my muse, so that I won't miss this body glow. So I mix this TM Essential oil, body oil in Blink. I mixed it with my Gleam Muse illuminator in bronze gold. So I don't just pick any illuminator. I try to match the glow on her face, the foundation, everything has to work hand in hand with the skin. That is the way I choose. So I'm using the same foundation brush to blend all over her body, and whatever is left on my brush, I'll use it on the face. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Trust me, I'll be dropping a whole lot more on my channel. Just exercise patience with me, and trust me, when I drop it, it's going to be all worth it and worth the wait. So guys, this is the bronzy look I did on my clients. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Love you guys. Bye.